Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. We have finished up our Brat Madness brackets and we are here to talk about those. So Brant, let's talk about the spicy bracket.
Well, it came in hot this year. We had some big contenders. You know, I chose the Flamin' Jalapeno this year. I saw a lot of people pulling Mango Habanero, push it all the way through.
Oh, nice. I also chose Flamin' Jalapeno, which was a disappointment in the end.
You win some and you lose the rest.
So Flamin' Jalapeno went up against Hot Italian, had an easy win there, and then it went up against the Hot Mozzarella. So Hot Mozzarella beat out Devil's Breath in round 1, but then Flamin' Jalapeno in round 2 took it out, which went to Mango Habanero, right? So Mango Habanero Phase 1 canceled out Smoky Chipotle Cheddar and Buffalo Blue Cheese in round 2. Buffalo Blue Cheese in round 1 canceled out Cajun, which Flamin' Jalapeno ultimately took out Mango Habanero and went into our final 4.
All right. And what was the biggest surprise for you in that bracket?
So for me, I was surprised that Devil's Breath didn't even make it out of the first round.
I know. Actually. Hot mozzarella. I don't even know if that's hot. It's mozzarella.
Yeah, our hot mozzarella is hot Italian base with some mozzarella cheese. It's very delicious, but the Devil's Breath name, I think in the past, has helped it at least make it out of the first round. So
too hot to handle this year.
That was a surprise for me. Alrighty, so the cheesy bracket. What happened in the cheesy bracket?
So in the cheesy bracket, we had the famous Beehive Cheese Apple Walnut Cheddar Wurst, the longest name in the entire bracket, went up against Supreme Pizza, and it tanked.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest surprise for me as well.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? But then Supreme Pizza came out shining with all its glory on that one. So, and then we had pork cheddar, smoky jalapeno bacon. Smoky jalapeno bacon did really well. We got the cheddar chili cheese, one of my favorites, go up against smoky bacon cheddar, which won last year's bracket, by the way. Smoky bacon cheddar came in through and beat the heck out of cheddar chili cheese. We had the chicken bacon blue against a Parmesan garlic. Parmesan garlic won in 2021. It advanced to the second round, although it did not make it past smoky bacon cheddar. And then in the top part of the cheesy bracket, Supreme Pizza did not beat smoky jalapeno bacon cheddar. So we had a theme there in the cheesy bracket of smoky cheddars.
Yeah.
Smoky jalapeno, smoky bacon.
Yeah. So going into the final 4, we had a matchup of smoky jalapeno bacon cheddar against smoky bacon cheddar, which are similar minus the jalapeno. But smoky bacon cheddar ended up winning that bracket, which put the smoky bacon cheddar into one of our final 4. So moving on to mild, we had a mild Italian up against beer. And then the ancho pepper tequila against roasted garlic. And then pork maple bacon against rodeo. And then boudin against Landjaeger. So in that first bracket, mild Italian came out over beer, which was a huge surprise for me. Beer is one of my favorite ones that we do, and it didn't even make it out of the first round.
I expected beer to go a long ways, and it didn't even make it off the finish line.
Yeah, my bracket didn't do so well because beer got canceled out super early. So next, the ancho pepper and roasted garlic. Roasted garlic came out ahead on there, and then roasted garlic also won against mild Italian, which is the one that knocked out beer. The pork maple bacon and rodeo, the maple bacon ended up coming out ahead, which was kind of a surprise for me. Pork maple bacon's a new one that we just started doing. We did pork maple bacon links. We've had those for quite a while. We've had some requests to make it into a brat, which for me was like you put 4 links on a bun and you kind of have a brat anyway, but we did it because people were asking for it, and it actually made it into the second round. And actually made it into the third round because pork maple bacon also won Landjaeger, which came out ahead with boudin in the first round. And then pork maple bacon went on to go up against roasted garlic, but roasted garlic ended up coming out victorious and ended going into one of the final 4. So that moves us on to the sweet category.
You know, the sweet category is kind of a mix. It was a lot of surprises this year. So we had swine apple going up against chicken feta and spinach. Linguica going up against Mac and Cheese, Sweet New York going up against Kentucky Bourbon, Tuscan Style Vodka going up against our famous Gummy Bear. You know, the Gummy Bears had a lot of hype lately, and it didn't even make it past the first round. Big surprise there. So we had Tuscan Style Vodka go through, we had Kentucky Bourbon go through, beating out Sweet New York, and then we had Mac and Cheese make it through. I'm not surprised Mac and Cheese made it into the second round. Swine Apple also. Those two are some solid flavors there. Swine Apple had to go up against Mac and Cheese, and I gotta if I remember correctly, that one came down to like one vote, so which it should have. And Swine Apple came out victorious. And then we had Kentucky Bourbon up against a Tuscan Style Vodka. Kentucky Bourbon won that one out. Pretty surprising that Kentucky Bourbon advanced past Swine Apple.
Yeah, I agree. We added pineapples into our Swine Apple. So our Swine Apple is pork and bacon ground together with some seasoning that's pretty sweet, and then pineapples. That one has been crushing it lately with everyone. Kentucky Bourbon's a fairly new one that we have added. That was a big surprise for me that Kentucky Bourbon won over Swine Apple and ended up going into the final four.
Must be the alcohol flavors.
Yeah, must be, except for beer.
Oh.
Still, that's what surprised me. Beer didn't even make it out of phase
So
one.
basic, it didn't do it.
So our final four ended up being roasted garlic, smoky bacon cheddar, flamin' jalapeno cheddar,
Yep.
and Kentucky bourbon, right?
Right.
Awesome.
Yeah, so the great matchup in the final four, I felt, was the smoky bacon cheddar up against Kentucky bourbon. I felt like it was going to be super close as far as the voting goes, and it was very surprising. Smoky bacon cheddar, last year's champion, went through flying colors, didn't even phase Kentucky bourbon. So
Yeah, well, that's good. And then flamin' jalapeno against roasted garlic, and flamin' jalapeno or roasted garlic came out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, roasted garlic came out, which brought it to our final two that we did yesterday was smoky bacon cheddar against roasted garlic.
yeah,
And once again, for the second year in a row, smoky bacon cheddar has come out victorious. So, what is your overall takeaway from this Brat Madness, Brands?
you know, people love their smoke. That's all I'm going to say. People love their smoke. I would go ahead, I would go for a reach and say that 50% of our audience that voted haven't even tasted smoky bacon cheddar. Or 90% of the brats on here. So we need to get you guys in here and have you actually taste some of these things so you can understand which one should go forward or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And then most of these, the final four, other than the Kentucky bourbon, most of all these that made it through, we've got available on our website. If you go to binghamscustommeats.com, you can order those. We can ship them right to your house. You can try them. Kentucky bourbon, because it made into the final four, may be one that we consider of putting into that shipping category. But if you guys want to go on and check those out on our website, let us know in any comments. If you have any questions about any of these, thank you guys for participating. And we had brackets that were submitted. We will announce the winner and what the winner is going to receive. And next year, you guys can look forward again to participating in our Brat Madness. And we'll send it back to you.